Hello again, everybody. We're going to do another, actually discuss a whole segment that we've taped. We're just going to cut it up in little portions. This is again at the point where my mother was deceived by my sibling and her lawyer to sign that document, which is being flashed around as some sort of a badge to take control of my mother. Right or wrong is not the issue. It's just that, no, she was deceived. It's what's been, all the evidence has been pointing that I've done through this series of videos. So some of this is a bit of overlap, but some really good, fresh, emotional thing with my mother. It's very, very emotional, but I think this is very golden as far as this is not acting. This is all coming from the heart. So let's proceed.
20 minutes. The lawyer? Yeah. You were in his office for 20 minutes. He was convinced that you wanted Ellie to have all the power. That's what this is what the lawyer says. I says, I've known you for 60 years. And he says, you're going to know my mom's state of mind in 20 minutes. And he says, oh, well, yeah, it'll stand up. I said, oh, really? Never. Never. Well, this is what he's telling me, okay? And it's got to be bullshit. You know why? Because the document is 10 pages long. It's all sorts of garbly that you can't even understand. And I put in? Yeah. Okay. This is what he's telling me. He said, he told you what was going on. He said, you wanted Ellie to have control over everything. That's the last thing, the very last thing. Ellie wants nothing to do with it. I said, I wouldn't want that power. I want her to be 50-50. I won't even want her near me. Not near me. I don't want to go to see her. This is the mess here. Because they tricked you into signing that, okay? That's the legal. It's like somebody tricking you into signing a check for $10,000 and they cash it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what's going on. I didn't do that. No. I'm just saying. It's no difference. I've said the way he sounded, it almost like he must have spent 2 hours just letting you. He says, no, he talked to you for about 20 minutes. This lawyer at his office. They got you to sign something that basically gives Ellie control over everything. Okay? I have no say. You know what else he told me? He said, I don't have the legal right to go into your house because Ellie's changed the locks on your house. She says, I don't have the legal, even if she says, I don't have the legal, I said, I'm your son. I'm your son. I don't even have the legal right. Ellie has no right. I'm just telling you. I'm trying to let you understand why you're here. We're trying to get you out of this hell. Okay? How long have I been here? Going on 2 years? That's what I told you. Yeah. November. It's January now. November. It's two Novembers ago. Plus now it's almost February. How?
Yeah, like I say, if we refer back to that or lawyer's office video, you can see somebody's not quite being upfront and ethical. Obviously, my mother, just not confusing her, telling her exactly what has happened. She's not very happy at all. She feels like she just got her heart ripped out, right? So I mean, she has dementia, but dementia does not mean you don't have your faculties. You might have your short. With my mother's main problem is it's short-term memory. Okay, she will forget things quickly, but
it's good to point that out.
But when you get her into, she's as sharp as a knife in any drawer when she gets into a conversation like this. Okay, she'll make a few little mistakes, but you can see she's sharp as a knife in a drawer.
Yeah.
Here's some more now.
What did I do to her? What did I do? What did I do to the whole world? Obviously the other people don't like to listen to other people's opinions, and then once they make a big mess out of everything, saying. It's like dumping a big mess on my driveway. They can take off, then I gotta do the cleanup, right?
You know, Ellie doesn't give a shit about me, does she?
That's what I
Huh?
She doesn't want to have the three of us together. She's scared to meet with. I would say if you can come here right now, she should be here right now. But she's scared of me. Okay, she's trying to keep you away from me. 2 weeks ago, Ryan and I were here. Okay, we were coming to visit you, and Ellie made sure you were taken out for lunch by Inga.
Okay, it's just a little bit of a recap between the last points. Okay, so again, this is a month before we did the big SWAT team to get my mother back in her house and change the locks. As I say, we've acknowledged to her that their house, the locks have been changed. Like I said, this is the problem we run up to. It's like somebody taking a dump truck, dumping a big, 10 seconds, dumps, 16 tons of crap on your driveway, and it's going to take you a long time to clean it up. That's exactly what we're up against here. But obviously, you notice my mother says she's a catch. Well, yes, she is a catch because they are fully aware of what her assets are, and she's paying a significant monthly, well, I'll be very blunt, it's $6,500 a month. My uncle has arranged, her brother, who has the actual, as far as I'm concerned, the legal power of attorney, as it stands right now, he's had arranged for a couple that are qualified to let my mother live in her own house, as we've seen in the previous video.
Yeah.
So she'd be able to live in her own house with qualified care, full time, and at half the cost. So the question you have to ask is, why are people so determined to keep her in here? You have to ask that question. Well, if it doesn't make sense, it usually means it's the money. There's something going on with the money system. I have my own suspicions, which I'm sure you can, guess. But you know what? We'll get into that later. So.
You see, I wanted to see you. I lost that visit. Okay, it's a long ride to get out here. It's not. It's a half hour one way, right?
She's a witch. That's how I call her. She's a witch. She's not human.
Well, whatever you want to say.
And she likes me here. The longer the better. She'd leave me here forever. How do you think I feel, huh?
Terrible.
Yeah.
The other day, you and I must have. I called you. You called me. There was 14 times you were calling. You were so upset. I've got it recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what to do. I don't know where
That's
to
why.
go. I want to go out the window. Where should I go? I can't go nowhere. And nobody cares about me, What have I done to anybody?
What do you not like about this place?
I hate every bit of it.
Like what? The room, the people, everybody who lives here. What is it? You just tell
I
us.
don't want anything to do with anybody.
Yeah.
There's nobody here that I could associate with.
Yeah.
It's just out of the question.
Yeah.
They're all out.
I know.
Never.
Okay, so just so you're all aware, if you're ever shopping around for seniors homes, they're not all the same. Please do your homework. Brian and I had visited one which I had previously looked at. See, the problem is my sibling put my mother in this home. I had not even seen it. I mean, there's something about they call waiting lists, but I had never even seen this one. And before you know it, the so-called equal power of attorney at the time, she took charge and put my mother in there without me having a chance to scope it out. So I had never seen this place until my mother had been in there. Yes, go ahead, Brian.
Now you raised a really good point earlier in the video. You said, why don't we get together with Ellie and the three of you? Like, if you're the two powers of attorney with the mother, it makes perfect sense that the three of you get together and discuss what you want to do. And Ellie refuses to meet with you, so there's an omission right there.
Well, the thing is, I mean, okay, it's sort of like a technical formality. I think, it doesn't matter. It has a certain benefit, but really, a family should just sit down and powwow and not have to worry about signing things in blood and all that. All you do is attract the rats we call lawyers. But what's going on here, you see, is this home she's in. Most of the people are kept in. They either come in vegetated or they act vegetated. Most of the people in this place, you can barely have a conversation. They have serious dementia. It's like my mother's scale of dementia is like 3 out of 10. Most of the people in this home are 8 to 9, and I'm not exaggerating. You have people that are like they're face planting themselves into their wheelchairs, their heads back the other way. she's basically she's like a person in grade 12 dealing with people in elementary school. I mean, it's just not the place for her. Brian and I did find Brian and I've taken her brother, and Brian and myself have toured this one place. It's a very vibrant thing. It's very active, very lively, laid out very nicely. And this is the place I wanted to put my mother in. But unfortunately, we're caught in this situation. And my mother, this is, again, January. My mother was sending me all sorts of, when her phone was not just taken away by this home and my sister, my mother was literally suicidal. She says, I don't have much time to live. I've got to get out of here. I want to jump out the window. And she was crying like she was in agony. You'll see this more, the emotion at the end of this video. But this is, again, how corrupt the system is, and how you can be, any one of us could end up like this with just people that are out to just take advantage of you and not act ethically. So here's some more.
Yeah, it's like it's like being alone.
And all, like, how can I hear it?
I know what you're saying. That's when I noticed the place. Okay, I've said to people, look around here. You got people like heads down like this, heads back like this, like this. It's like they're like zombies. It's depressing. I don't even have to stay here.
They were all fed something.
Yeah.
They were all fed something. They're all like that. It's just horrible to hear. The worst person in the world, I would want to say, come here. This is worse than a jail. This is worse than a jail. I do a lot of crying.
I know you do.
I do cry and I cry. I says, how is it possible that I got into here? Why? I didn't do nothing to nobody. I didn't do anything, I didn't hurt anybody, I haven't done no damage to anything, nothing.
So now it's going to make me choke up. You see, this is
Yeah.
she's in a little room. It's very dimly lit. You will walk down the hallways, and I mean, I have to say the place is fairly new. It's quite clean, but I think their thing is more into decorating than care. I will identify this home. It is in South Surrey. Okay, later I'll identify it, but I find the staff are they seem to run and hide. I won't get into what identifiable group they are.
Yeah.
If you try to find somebody, you're walking around the hallways before you'll stumble into maybe some janitorial staff because they're moving stuff. You'll at least catch those people. But if you try to find a nurse or some staff member, you feel like you're in a ghost city because you can't find anything.
Yeah,
And then
that's
you
how
have
I
to
felt too.
walk around. But this place is like designed like Disneyland, but it's not functional for a person's mental well-being. I think it's basically it's designed to guilt people to put their people in there because they assume this is the care they need. No, my mother could do with about a third of the decorating and about 2/3 more of the proper environment she belongs in.
Yeah, I felt the same way when I was there.
Yeah.
I felt the same way.
Okay, here we'll continue some more.
I can't get out of here. I don't have much time to live. I don't have much time left to
None of
live.
us do. That's what I'm saying. But when I was taking care of Dad before he died, I said to Ellie, okay, that was a lot of work. And I said, now that he's gone, I'm coming in to take care of you. That's when all this mess started. She started because she got a bit of a free ride because I was taking care of Dad. He was sick for a couple of years almost, right?
Who?
Your ex-husband, my dad. Okay?
Yeah.
And I was taking care of him. And I've still got issues with how he was treated by the system. Okay? But I said, now that I have you, I'm going to be more involved. And then,
I'm just going to interject here. I'll probably do this as a separate topic, but as I've mentioned, my father passed away, and I found, like Brian and I are kind of guys. We don't follow the herd. We just do our own little rabbit hole.
That's
digging.
right.
Yeah.
You bet.
And I've been warned about the system. Like we've all had our wake up moments. It's probably several years ago when we started to understand how things really work. And I found this phenomenon. My father had sort of a he was let's put it this way. He was diagnosed with a cancer, and he passed away at the age of about 86. And I found that the system is just to the point of exploitation. One thing I will say, and I've heard about this before, and I've read this as a situation. He was in his final days. He was given some morphine. I found that the healthcare staff at the hospital terrible. He was literally skin and bones because they did not have the patience to feed him. So in other words, it just made the situation worse. He deteriorated so quickly because he was literally starving to death, and he was in so much pain. I think one day he was given morphine, which basically zombied him. We had a discussion with a doctor who said, well, he's going to put him in palliative care, but not to be worried. He says, I'm very optimistic that you, well, don't take it the wrong way. Some people bounce back after palliative. It's just a certain type of care level. Okay, fine. Well, he wasn't in there for more than, he was admitted at 10. I walked into his room at 7. He was dead. He was given a dose of morphine. Okay, it was, if I recall correctly, I think he passed away. No, he was fed morphine dose at 7. I came in to see him. This is just on record, okay?
7 a.m.
No, sorry, 7 p.m. So he wasn't even in there for more than whatever, 7, 8 hours. They gave him a dose of morphine at 7. He was dead when I walked in the room within 15 minutes after that dose. And please do not tell me there's a connection. You can go online and say this is a common way you're seeing death panels. They will dose them up because they're going to cost the system a lot of money. And with our multicultural program, I really advise people to be very, very careful because once you can keep your eyes shuttered, your head in a ostrich hole, but one day you will be in this situation, and it's going to be a hell of a wake-up call, whether it's my mother's situation or my father's situation. But anyway, we'll discuss this more later.
Yes.
Okay.
They told us when we came in here, you're going to be very upset, okay? And what this is what Ellie and the staff said, okay? It'll take a few months to adjust. No, listen, okay? Right now, we're second year, and you're worse now than you were when you came in. I mean, as far as being upset, you're not calm down. You're upset as hell.
I'm upset. I'm upset. I have no hope to get out.
No, you don't have. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
See?
God bless you.
I
God
mean,
bless you. Huh?
How many years have been married now?
Huh?
You know how many years have been married?
You?
Yeah.
No.
Quite a few, right?
Yeah.
30 years on Monday. 30 years from being married on Monday.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. But my life is the shit because I'm focused on you. I mean, the stress in our house is unreal. We're arguing and getting snapped at each other because, I'm so upset with what's going on with you. It's affecting my life now. And I'm not even living here. You see? But we want to get this
Are you separated?
No.
Yeah, we'll stop that. I mean, my mom's following the conversation. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm throwing the information out like a machine gun here, but she's no, we're not separated. But I'm just saying, my intent to focus on my mother, about my father's past, is that this is my focus, and now I'm up against this unnecessary obstacles continually thrown my way and not looking out for my mother's best interests.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing, looking after her.
No. I'm saying is, when I get to leave here, you have to stay here. I've got a family to go home to. Yeah, you see, I'm just saying that. But when I leave, I'm still upset going home and staying at home. I'm still upset. I'm just, hello?
Just have a few seconds left. There's nothing major here. What I find with this home is that staff are literally a spy network. It seems like my sibling is, and then I formed this cabal where we are basically monitored, maneuvered. Like I say, as it stands right now, I cannot access my mother without my sibling's permission, and I cannot visit her privately in her room. I have to let other people in on the conversation. Like my mother said, I have a high suspicion many of the patients, they're paying top dollar, but they're kept comatose, so they're not a problem. It's very easy to basically give them prescription drugs that keep them as unmotivated zombies, and let them deteriorate further, so they're very low maintenance. As long as they've got a pulse, then they got the money, and they don't give a damn about the rest of the care. So
Wow, so true. God, that's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, but I thought, well, this is a personal mission, but I think this is one that should be exposed to the public because, we do have the advantage of great people like Brian helping me out on this mission and
Yes.
being there to record this for benefit others. So, okay.